This is the legend of the lily and the butterfly. Stand tall against the wind, and do not weep because you have lost something. Rejoice because you have everything else you need. Dr. John S. Mannan. There once was a butterfly who was sad and forlorn. Sad and forlorn on the day he was born. There was once a lily who lived high on the hill, who had never known true love's thrill. The butterfly's name was Morgan, and he was sad and forlorn because he had only one wing. Having one wing makes it difficult to fly. One needs two wings to flutter in the wind and sing in the sky in the spring. The two wings of a butterfly always sing when they flutter in the wind. Every creature has its song, but most men know not. All the other butterflies laughed at Morgan because of his challenge. Some called him the one-winged thing, or the one-winged flame. Others teased his inability to sing in flight. They yelled cruel things like, "Go back to your cocoon, goon." This unseemly behavior wasn't the only reason Morgan was so sad and forlorn. The main reason was that he couldn't fly south with the other monarch butterflies just before winter and return every spring with his own new family of butterflies. Poor Morgan had to stay behind in the bleak northern climate. He had to survive despite the snow, ice, and storms that would kill any butterfly any day, any hour, any time. He survives extreme weather by hanging out with his friend the squirrel in the solace and solitude of a tree in the Spartan den of the fluffy brown bear. The warm air from the sleeping bear's breath was just like the warmth of a cozy fireplace to a small frilled butterfly. Each day and each night, Morgan prayed for a solution to his unpleasant plight. But for a very long time, there was no cure in sight. Lady Lily dwelled in the mountain high, up in the highest hill. She lived the life of a rejected flower. There were no other flowers around her, only grass and a few brave mountains all above the trees. All flowers must die, we know. Some are plucked in their prime. Others are buried alive in winter snows. Others just dry up and are blown away. All flower species have a philosophy, a belief, and a religion. They believe that if you are plucked and given to someone as a gift of love, you will wake up from the dream of death as one of the flowers in the eternal garden of paradise. Alas, Lily almost made it. One day, in fact, she had been plucked from the botanical garden of the city in full bloom. A prince presented her proudly to a commoner whom she loved. But the poor commoner woman didn't like the prince at all and tossed poor Lily into a trash heap. A sympathetic wind picked Lily up and carried her to the mountain where she was replanted alone and alive, alone and afraid, and far away from all the other flower maidens. Lily and Butterfly were two lonely and forlorn beings separated by cruel worlds of circumstances. The lily and the butterfly both prayed for better times and better outcomes. Both cried until they were numb. Both helped and hoped that a better time would come. The wind and night are among the witnesses of heaven. So when the wind heard these tales and wails in the night, He carried the tales of these two sad creatures to heaven on a starless night. He carried their stories to the King of Outcomes, the Lord of Destiny, he who sits alone on its throne. He created and gave light and the sun and planted the mysteries in the garden of the night. He wants the best for everyone. I already know, said the king. I know every leaf that falls on the floor of the forest. Go back, said the king, and arrange the meeting between these two creatures of mine. For my plan, it must come true. So the wind descended from heavens, the realm of seven skies, and the 70 million cycles of the night, and the eyes of the night, and picked up Morgan, the one-winged butterfly, and carried him to the mountains above the sea, where only a few forgotten, rugged butterflies dared to live. They lived dejected, without a king or monarch to protect them. They lived neglected and rejected. Even their shadows despised them. When Morgan saw Lily, he fell in love immediately. And suddenly, his one wing began to sing in the wind. It was impossible, but it happened that way. That day, that Sunday, was a day of love. What are you doing? Asked Lily. You are a one-winged wonder. Singing for you. Singing for you, replied Morgan. No one has ever sung for me before, smiled Lily. I sing, Lily, because you have such beauty, dignity, and poise. Your petals seem soft and moist, and your scent is like the perfume of heaven's flowers. You have never gone to heaven, replied Lily. How do you know? With you, I am in heaven, smiled Morgan. Heaven is wherever you are. Lily and Morgan laughed, and the two new friends danced in the wind. They danced a dance of joy their nature has rarely seen. The grass joined, played their blades with abandon like the bows of foolish fiddles and enchanted violins. Soon after, the nearby shrubs, bushes, and the few brave mountain trees joined in swaying to the beat of the waltz of the butterflies. The mountain rumbled in its soul. The stars of the night bestowed their humble light like theatrical spotlights on the stage of a brave new, beautiful friendship. The lily loved the company of the one-winged butterfly, and one-winged butterfly loved to dance with the lily. They danced every day from summer until the edge of fall, when suddenly arrived a chilled nip of air, threatened to end it all. Winter and its hungry breath were near. I don't know what to do, grieved Morgan. It's that lonely time of year. I don't want to leave you, my dear. Fly south, Morgan, or you will surely die in these cold mountains, Lily warned. Fly south, you say, answered Morgan. Who, me? The one-winged wonder? You can do it. You can do it, encouraged Lily. You danced many days with me. Your wing is strong and powerful enough. Morgan gave it a try and discovered he could really fly. Not just fly, but high fly. He had muscles in his wing. He could somersault and do backwind maneuvers. And he could do all of these things with only one wing. Two-winged butterflies struggle to do these things. I will fly south, he smiled, and I will be back to see you in the spring. But what will you do? Asked Morgan. I will just hibernate and vegetate until spring and wait for your return, Lily smiled. And then we will dance again. Dance we shall, laughed Morgan, as he took off southward, riding the November nether wind, singing up a storm with his single wing fluttering. Goodbye, Lily, he sang. So long, Morgan, she replied. Autumn begot winter, and winter begot spring. Soon enough, it was time for Morgan to return to Lily and the mountain. Morgan returned, but he returned as the king and the father 10,000 one-winged butterflies. He and his one-winged butterfly tribe were the strongest and fastest of the entire monarch butterfly tribes in the sky. They did backflips and double dips. Woo! They were something. The dejected and rejected exiled butterflies who lived in the mountains embraced and chose Morgan as their king. But Morgan was in no mood for celebration now. He was looking for his beloved Lily. He looked everywhere, high and low, but Lily was not in her place. No one had seen her lovely face. He searched the mountains and the valleys everywhere looking for his Lily. He could not even find one of her petals. Lily was nowhere to be found. Maybe she died, or someone must have plucked her, Morgan thought. So he searched all the houses at the front of the mountain and at the foot of the mountain, looking into their windows for Lily. Finally, he came to the window of a great yellow house, the color of a daffodil. Through the kitchen window on the windowsill, he saw his Lily sitting there in a blue vase of water. She was looking out of the window upon a picturesque scene. She looked both distressed and serene. A note hung on the vase which read, Aaron loves Hypatia. Morgan entered the house through an open window and greeted Lily. I am going to heaven, Morgan, Lily confided. I was given as a gift of love just before you got back. We don't have long. I've been sitting in this vase for nearly 10 days. You look as lovely as ever, Lily, Morgan said with a smile. What will you do, Morgan? Lily continued. I love you, Lily. I want to go with you. But I'm king of the one-winged monarch butterflies, and the dejected ones have made me their king. I am responsible for the wing being of my butterfly family. I will wait for you in the Garden of Paradise, Morgan, Lily replied, and we will dance there forever and ever. Yes, inshallah, smiled Morgan as he kissed her gently on the cheek. Bees sting, so all flowers wait for the kiss of a butterfly who sings, Lily laughed. Now I have lived. Goodbye, my love, sighed Lily. Goodbye, Lily. Morgan cried and flew into the challenging, turbulent skies of the March wind. In time, the one-winged butterflies became leaders of a great nation of one-winged monarch butterflies. Epilogue. One day when Morgan was quite old, a collector of butterflies captured Morgan in a net. He pinned Morgan to a pitch cloth and a butterfly collector's book which he gave to his wife as a birthday gift. Excuse me. She was also a collector of rare butterflies. Morgan fell asleep in the net. This is a rare one-winged butterfly, dear. These were the last words poor Morgan could hear. Waking, he found himself in a spectacularly splendid garden with rivers flowing beneath. He could hear the water gently singing on its way to the sparkling crystal sea. Morgan, a voice called. Morgan, Morgan, let's dance. It was from Lily. You made it. You one-winged wonder. You made it, she laughed. I did laugh, Morgan. Let's dance. So they danced, and will dance forevermore in a place where joy never tires. So dear readers, dear listeners, this legend of the one-winged butterfly and the lily who lived in the mountain is a tale sung by nightingales to their children on warm summer nights. I am only a poor poet who regards the tales of the wind. I write of butterflies, lilies, and men, all creatures who live, sought, and seek love. Just remember this: if you insist on finding felicity, love and duty conquers all. When seasons of doubt wander about, whether in spring, summer, winter, or fall, love and duty vanquish all. Love can turn a stone into gold and make a fool unfold into a king. Make a lily her inner smile behold, and crown with happiness anything, even Morgan, that lonely butterfly with just young wings. Thank you.